Hey guys, what's up? Come back at you here real quick. I need to fix something real quick, guys. So just give me a second here, would you? Yeah. Just give me a second, please. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm just going to be on here just for a second. It's not going to be a long one. I just did one for you guys a minute ago, but I did. This just happened, so I do want to get this out there and let everybody know that this is what's going on. Um, yeah. So anyway, God. Okay, hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure if you guys are even there right now. Um, yeah, give me one second. But I don't like rushing stuff, but it happens, you know. So okay, so is everybody okay in there? Somebody give me a 5 for 5, if you would, and I'll get moving. This is just going to take not very long at all to tell you guys about, seeing how I just did one. But yeah, so X-Flare. Oh goodness, not grid down. Okay, first and foremost, not grid down. Hey Judith, what's up? West Central Indiana. Hey, what's happening, CW? Hey Pamela, Tesha. And again, I don't look for a whole lot of people here anyway. I don't know. Maybe some will straggle in, but who knows? So, yeah, guys, look. Obviously, there you go. X-Flare. It's an X2. It did give us R3 radio blackout storm conditions there. But it was not over here. If you guys are, and I had that question was asked earlier, it actually hit right above the whole country of Australia was hit. China, India, right over here. These are radio blackout conditions. Now this is so early on that we're not gonna see any reports yet, probably. Okay, but I'm gonna drag this back, and I want you guys to see the progression here. Okay, there's the first M flare, right? That one right there. Okay? That's what the first one was. It was over here. And then here's the one I just showed you guys earlier, right there. So essentially the same area, a little bit further west for the X flare. Okay? So that is what's going on with that. That's this is X-ray absorption or D region absorption. I'm not going to get into details on all that right now, but obviously with X flares, that's what you're going to get. My guess, I want to say this because this is something that needs said. This X flare came in at an X2, right? This thing was stronger than that, and let me show you why. I'm going to refresh this because I was just getting ready to go in the other room and do my thing, you know what I'm saying? And I seen this and I was like, oh man, I need to come back on here real quick. But this is so fresh right now that we're not going to see too much. Okay, that's the X flare, but notice, okay, there it is right there. That's when it hit the satellite. Yeah, no problem, Annie. No problem at all. And again, guys, I'm just here just to give you guys a little bit of an update. I am going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. Now, it is so early on that we're not going to have any kind of coronagraphs. We're not going to be able to see if this thing fired a CME. My guess is it probably fired a CME, but it's not going to be coming our direction. All right, this is from our perspective. This is down here. I'm not saying that we can't catch like a glancing little bit of that, but definitely not right in front. But I want to point out, this thing has almost crested the limb, if not already. So part of this flare is being eclipsed by the sun itself. In other words, there's a little bit of the sun in between us and where the flare fired off at. So what I want to tell you is that this thing most likely is bigger than what we see it at, because we don't have any detectors. The X-rays that made it around the limb there are not going to catch the whole thing. So that's what I would say. Is this going to give us any massive problems? No. Okay? And that's why I wanted to come back on, because I promise you, by the time I go to bed and I wake up, somebody's going to be on here telling you it's the end of the world. All right? That's just without a doubt. And I'm going to be real. This is not the end of the world. We've probably already seen all the effects we're going to have from this that are significant. And it's much like I tell you guys, you get X-rays, they're here in 8 minutes. Okay? So I wouldn't have had time to come on here, pop on here, and tell you, hey, this flare's coming. No, because by the time the satellite sees it, it's here. Because the satellite is seeing the light at the same time we are. That light has to travel. You see what I'm saying? It's already here. We don't have 8 minutes. Right? And if we did have 8 minutes, it wouldn't matter. 8 minutes trying to get on the internet real quick. And what could you do anyway? Nothing. Yeah, they are, Terry, for sure. And I do think, and again, guys, I have to point out, if you guys were to look at this right here, this capture right here, and I said, hey, where is most likely you going to see an X-flare right now? Where are you going to see the X-flare at? It's going to be up here, right? Thanks for playing. It was down here on the other side of the limb. It's amazing how that stuff happens. It just, you can't make that up. Wow. I just can't even, yeah. If I was going to, again, I still expect this thing to do big things. I don't think we're going to get out of this week without seeing some more flaring from this thing. Now, is it going to be big time stuff? I don't know. But yeah. X-15, yeah, Matthew, I would say that an X-15 flare coming right at us. Well, and let me differentiate here a little bit. An X-15 flare. The flare part of it's the X-ray, right? That's going to be radio blackout stuff. Most of it. The CME stuff that's behind it with a big CME is what would cause, like, grid down stuff. Now, I don't think an X-15 is probably going to give us grid down. We might see some electrical issues. Most likely, I would say, yes, we're going to see some electrical issues. But as far as, like, a global grid down, no. Maybe regional, I could say that. Because an X-15, you're right, is 100%. That's a big one, Matthew. That's a big flare. And to kind of put that in perspective, I think the Carrington event was an X-29, maybe? Something like that. I still don't need to go look up that real number, but I just want to put, X-15 to 30, yeah, for sure. For sure, man. And here's the thing. I'm gonna show this to you guys too, because I think that this is really significant. Do you guys see that we started seeing, and this is most likely what would happen during a bigger event, you would start seeing these littler M-class flares, then a bigger one, and then an even bigger one, and now the X-class flare fired off. Right? So what I'm saying is that if these produced CMEs that were Earth-facing, and they did not, okay, they're not coming at us. Any kind of CME, I don't think is coming at us. But now we're talking about getting hit multiple times really quick by bigger CMEs. And that's when we really have to pay attention, because it's not going to be the first one usually that's going to knock everything out. It's going to be the second one right behind it. You could take, if you were to take this X flare here and put it over here, okay, you have an X flare hit the planet, right? Not much is going to happen. A CME with that. And then the M flare behind it would do more damage, as far as, if there was a CME with that. If these two were switched. It's actually almost a more dangerous situation in most cases. right? Not always, but in most cases. Yeah, Frump, that's you know, you're talking about Faraday cage type of stuff. Here's the thing, Frump. If you take like your cell phone, you put it in your microwave, and you call it, if you hear it ring, that microwave's not doing nothing for you. So yeah, I mean, each microwave, you know, and if it's just like a little quick thing that you have to do real quick, and that's all you got a choice, yes, do that. I mean, I'm not saying not to, but what I am saying is a good way to test, even like a Faraday cage, is to put a cell phone in it and to call it. If you call it and it picks it up, it's not doing nothing for you because it picked the signal up. So yeah. Yeah, EMI is different. EMP is different. Yeah, I'm assuming you meant to push P there. I'm not sure, but yeah, you're right. I mean, those are all good suggestions because on it, you know, if you're not prepped up and ready to do stuff like that, you know, we have to go what we got, right? So yeah, I mean, if you're trying to protect a cell phone or some sort of a radio you don't want to get destroyed, you might be able to throw it in a microwave, but that's only going to be as good as how much power you got. So, I mean, honestly, you know, it ain't really about your own personal devices when we're talking about big stuff. It's going to be the power grid completely when all that stuff actually happens. So, yeah. The recent big flares are coming from this huge sunspots. Yeah. We haven't talked much about antipode, guys. Antipode. What that is it's like the I guess it's this evil twin, I guess, if you want to or maybe not so evil twin. It's kind of on the other side. It's like a balance that the sun tries to have, and that's true in all nature. So basically what he's talking about there is yeah, you're right, Frumps, 100%. What he's talking about is if you look at the locations of these things, you got one here and you got one down here. So basically the magnetics and stuff of the sun are trying to be in a stable, and I'm not going to go into details here, guys, because it would take so long to explain exactly what's going on there. But basically it has to have a balance. It's trying to do a balancing act. So just, you know, and that's just a really layman's way of putting it. But you're exactly right. It is. It's coming from this other sunspot down here. So it's a good point, though. Very good point. Thank you for pointing that out. I oftentimes forget about that because it definitely is something that it takes a minute to try to explain to everybody exactly what that is. But it's a good thing to talk about. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, that's what happened there. There's your X-flare. I'm going to refresh this again because, again, guys, understand that this is all new data coming in right now. I can't give you any specifics on anything other than we had a radio blackout. That's it. Right? So it looks like I'm trying to find that again. Hold on. There's the X-flare. So yeah, I don't think we've had anything. It hasn't updated since then. So kind of Zuva. I mean, there's a whole lot to that whole conversation. That's a long conversation to have. But no, I mean, I like the way you're thinking there, for sure. So if we refresh to 211, I'm gonna try to see if we can't catch a better glimpse of this before I let you guys go. I don't like just coming out here and just showing you that and running. I don't think it's the right thing to do. So let's I'm gonna stop that. See if we can't. Now you can see, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. You're going to see the corona of the sun, or the atmosphere of the sun. You're going to see it react. Okay? It's good. This is the X-flare right here, but you're going to see like the shock wave that comes around. There it is. Okay, you guys see that? There's a flare. Now watch this, the atmosphere of the sun kind of ripple back. See that? I'll do it kind of quick here so you guys can kind of see it. So, some of that energy did go this way on the sun, which is what it does every time, but it doesn't necessarily mean the CME was fired. It almost don't even look like a CME came with it, but I could be wrong. It does. Well, I take that back. It did split open a little bit there. And again, this is so early, I don't even want to speculate, guys. I don't want to give you the wrong info. I just want to show it to you and do that kind of thing. So let's but again, there's that when I showed you guys my last live stream there. And that's not the X flare, guys. That is not. Okay? That is. Alright. And again, I have to say that I wonder if it showed the other flare here. Do you see what I'm talking about? About how the sun is actually eclipsing a little bit? The sun, there's a small portion of the sun's surface that is in between us and where that flare fired off. So what I'm saying is we did not get 100% of that flare's X-ray. If that flare had fired off right here, we might be having a little bit different of a discussion. Because I think it would have been stronger. Just saying. Now, again, I'm not really seeing a huge CME with this either. But we have to wait on that. We have to wait on the coronagraphs and stuff to pop off. Or to update the data. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit more here. And after I show you guys this, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the stream. I wanted to just show it to you. So you see where this thing fired off? Part of that core back here is actually behind the sun. You can see the horizon, kinda, or the surface of the sun. So what I'm trying to say is that the sun kind of blocked a little bit of the X-ray from getting to us. Okay, and we see that often. We'll catch an M flare or something that would most likely have been an X flare. But the fact of the matter is, that's an X flare, guys. We experienced X-rays up to an X flare condition. So that's what happened. Yes, it was likely bigger. Pull my finger. Love your name, by the way. So, yeah, it's most definitely something we have to pay attention to. But the thing of it is, this is on the backside now. If this thing fires another flare, we may not see much of anything with it. Yeah, love it though. Love it. Is this huge sunspot capable of producing an X15 or X? That's a good question, Matthew. I think the conditions of that sunspot up here, this is what he's talking about, guys. Look, again, which would you think would be causing an X flare? This or the one I just showed you? You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy. But the complexity of the sunspots matter, guys. Okay? I'm not sure if there's enough. I would assume there's enough energy for that, Matthew. It depends on what is the actual makeup of the sunspot itself. And how much it's disagreeing with its friends. Now, I have to say, when you start, because, they've got these things split into two sunspots. And the reason being, if you guys look at this, blue and red are opposite polarities. So you got a blue core, red. You got a blue core, red. So they're saying this is two, but if you'd have looked at this 2 or 3 hours ago, I don't think that red was there. So there was some question on whether or not it should have been classified as one, at least for a short period of time. And if this thing ever got classified as one, it would push right on the edge of being a record-breaking sunspot in terms of size. Okay? So that's kind of what I'm saying, guys. I know it's a whole lot of whatever that probably don't matter to a whole lot of people. But, it does point to things are happening, right? So I just wanted to make sure you guys understood what was going on here. I wanted to make sure I got out here before somebody else come out here and told you that, pull my finger here and the chat was going to fart or something, and it's going to cause a big X flare and we's all going to die. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that man. I'm just kidding, obviously. Hopefully everybody picked up on that. But, you know, and I try to be the voice of reason to a whole lot of people. Hey, Sanu. I really do. Fart. Yeah, Tammy. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I just tried to come out here and let everybody see. And yeah, it did. It hit Australia again, MJ. 100%. Because it did. It went right over top of you guys again. Right there. Okay? And again, I just showed you guys the M flare before. There. Okay? So you guys did see some pretty good radio blackout conditions. Notice, I want to show you guys this. Hey, Axe, what's up? What's going on, man? Hope you and Nacho are doing good. I still watch your guys' videos, man. I know I'm not around a whole lot on a whole lot of channels anymore. I really don't have the time. I'm trying my best to get around to all you. Hey, Trinity, what's up? Hey, I shouted you out last live stream about your the pink moon. Everybody needs to go check out her last video. It's pretty cool. She got some pretty crazy recording issues that was happening and all that. Hey, John, what's up? Yeah, Matthew Shipley, guys. If you guys want a good, just to see the data, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys his channel. And the reason why, again, there's so many good channels out there, guys. And I went into this last time. I'm not going to go into it now. But I wish I could shout everybody out. I really do. You guys are awesome people. Okay? And anybody making YouTube videos and stuff has got my respect, because it's not easy. People might think it is. Guys, it's not. It's just really not. But anyway, this is his channel. I'm not going to show you a whole bunch here because I don't want to take away from what you guys could go over here and look at. He's, you know, I'm not sure if he's live right now talking. He might be. Actually, I could turn that on, I guess. I'm trying to see if he's speaking. Doesn't look like he's speaking. I don't hear anything anyway. Yeah, it's on. So, but you know, guys, Matthew does a really good job over here, and thank you, John, for pointing him out to me. I have to say that you know, guys, listen. You know, if you just want to see the data, this is the place to go right here. It's a 24-hour live feed. Yeah, right. Exactly. This is all high def. You're exactly right, Axe. 100%. 100%. Look at these images he gets. It's amazing. I wish I had this kind of tech on my computer and stuff. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there because he is talking about this right now. I'm not sure if he's talking about the X flare or if this was M flare stuff. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So he did speak about it here, guys. Oh yeah. All about it. All about it, Miss Kermit the Frog here. Christina! But yeah, guys, please go over here and show Matthew some love. Go over to his live stream, back it up a little bit. He's talking about, you guys can see the timestamp right there. But even if it's not this stuff going on, he does a really good job. I'll back this up so you guys can see what the channel usually looks like. Okay? Unless there's events and stuff going on, it'll look like this. Okay? And he'll toggle through. I'm just showing you guys this so you know what you're going to see when you get over there. Right now, it might not look like this because we've had an X flare. Right? He's probably concentrating on that. So, But anyway, I'll fast forward here a little bit. Okay, sometimes it shuffles through to this. These are all different kind of webcams, different kinds of conditions. You guys can see, I believe that's Schumann Resonance frequency charts. I could be wrong. It could be like earthquake stuff. It probably is earthquake. Yeah, I see USGS right there. Yeah, it's earthquake stuff. Okay. But yeah, he toggles through all this stuff. It's a 24-hour live feed. He just keeps running. And you can tell that it's high def. It's good stuff. So please go check him out. I've never even talked to Matthew except for a couple times in a chat. He seems like a really cool guy. Knows what he's talking about, that's for sure. So yeah. Yeah, Matthew Shipley. Actually, I guess I could do this. I'll just do this real quick. I think somebody else already did this, but I'll put it in the chat here. There's his link, guys. You guys want to go check him out. But yeah, guys, so just keep an eye out for all the other channels too, guys. If anything happens, I'll pop on. I'm sure Scott over Planet X News is going to cover this. Matthew's covering this, and anybody else that does these channels. Listen to everybody. Okay? Cipher through what you want to look at and what you want to see. Okay? And not really what you want to see or what you, I guess it's the wrong way to say it. Cipher through everything that you've seen and what you're going to see, right? And then make up what you want to believe, right? Trust your gut. You guys are smart. Okay? You guys are extremely smart. Don't underestimate yourself. You guys can understand this. I promise. So, that's what I'm saying. And it's a mistake. If people can't get past their own egos, their own pride, their own thinking they know everything, thinking they're mad, mean, hateful, it's a shame people can't get past that. Because people would learn so much more. You ain't got to agree with everybody all the time. But you don't have to be hateful and nasty. You just don't. That's a choice. And like I said, I got Matthew's channel up here. I've never heard him say one negative word about anything. So, I mean, he has nothing to do with all that stuff, what I just said. But I just want everybody to understand that you need to be looking at everything. And you guys make up your mind what you guys are getting from that. And, grab it. And don't underestimate your gut. If your gut's telling you, hey, I don't believe that, or I don't really agree with what they're saying, go with your gut. And then, I'm going to show you guys something. You see this up here? Follow my cursor. I'm not sure if you guys can't see my cursor. But, like if I go here, watch what happens when I hit this back button. Watch me hit it again. Watch this. Guess what? If I didn't like what Matthew was saying, I'm not looking at it anymore. Right? It's that easy, guys. My point is, there's no reason. None. That's how easy it is to get away from something you don't want to hear or get away from somebody you don't agree with. It's seriously that easy. Just saying. Yeah. Orion? Yeah, just go out and find correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Go out and find the North Star. I think isn't that part of Orion's belt or something? I'm not really 100% sure on that. I think, obviously you find the Dipper and you'll find the North Star. But as far as Orion, yeah, if you got bad weather, it'd be hard. Yeah, exactly, Carolyn. That's the thing. We can disagree with each other all day long, but we don't have to be mean, We just don't. And you guys seen what happened to me on my last live stream, and it took the wind out of my sails. I let it do that to me. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just not even going to address that kind of crap anymore. I'm just going to, no one even, yeah. Man. Anyway. So there's your X Flare. Hope you guys just pay attention, and we'll give you updates when needed. And God bless you, and all that, guys. And sorry this is going to be short. Yeah. Absolutely nothing will happen with the sun that will impact any of our lives in any drastic way. Not today. Not out of this. No way. 100%. I agree with you there, Matthew. 100%. Yeah, this is not grid down. If anybody, I try to say that multiple times when I do stuff like this one, because this is not grid down. I said that right at the beginning of the stream, so hopefully you guys get that. Let me tell you this, guys. If I think it's something that serious, the first thing I'm going to tell you, and the only thing I'm going to tell you, is we've got issues, right? So that's where it would be. Yeah, Yumi, it was. I can't remember exactly what they estimated that at, as far as the Carrington event. But yeah, this is not Carrington event, not even close. This is nothing. We're not going to even get a CME from this. Not our direction. At least nothing. Huh. Well, I actually was just out a little while ago, if I mispronounce your name. I was actually out there just looking at the stars, and none of mine are missing. But yeah. Yeah, no problem, Murph Dog. Good to see you, buddy. Darren, what's up? Yeah, good to see you, Darren. Randy, Calypso, Christine, you're a trooper. Man, gosh, we love you guys so much. Yeah, the solar wind is a little elevated. If I looked at the last thing, yeah. Yeah, Matthew, you're exactly right. He makes a good point. Okay, before I get off here, maybe I tried to end that a little too soon. Matthew, yeah, you're exactly right, man. When this thing gets right in front of us, and if it by chance was to blow a big one, that's when we would have a different discussion. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. Don't even get it twisted. Because right now, it seems as though this one is fairly stable. And I just don't even, it just blows my mind. But that's what we're looking at, And again, look, if you're looking at this picture of the sun, which one would you think would be blowing an X flare? This? Or over here where you can't even hardly see anything? Yeah, I love it. I mean, I do. I love it, but man, wow. Yeah. Go check out Trinity's channel, guys. Huh. Well, Matthew, maybe, yeah, buddy, maybe you could, if you're having issues like that, man, I hate to hear that. Come over and check us out over at, the Lifeboat. That's my other channel. Trying to live our best life over there. Addiction and recovery stuff. And I'm not saying you have any of that, but we don't just talk about that. It's really more about living your best life, but we're helping mainly people understand addiction and alcoholism and stuff like that. Yeah, we miss you too, Trinity. I know you go away for a minute, but you got legit reasons, so don't feel bad about that. That's for sure. All right, guys. I am going to pop out. So, anyway. God bless. Yahusha saves. And guess what? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yeah, that's right. You can drink this Kool-Aid.